After a very long international flight, your vacation should not begin with a 90-minute wait at passport control. Japan recently updated its entry systems to eliminate that bottleneck. Instead of managing separate digital forms, you can now clear both immigration and customs using a single unified Visit Japan web QR code. Before opening your browser, gather 3 items: your valid Philippine passport, your flight itinerary, and the exact address of your first accommodation. Completing this digital registration at home takes about 10 minutes, and it buys back over an hour of your time the moment you land. Start by visiting the official Visit Japan web portal and selecting Sign Up for a New Account. After verifying your email, the system will ask 2 eligibility questions regarding your current residency status. If you are visiting as a tourist, you must answer no to having a Japanese-issued passport and no to holding a Japanese re-entry permit. Next, choose the Scan with Camera option to register your passport. This prevents manual typing errors that could flag your application for review later. Align your passport's biometric page inside the frame. Once the system reads your data, review the extracted details to ensure your name and passport number match the physical document exactly. If you are traveling with dependents, you can register up to 10 family members under this single account, provided everyone is on the same flight and staying at the same hotel. With your master profile verified, the system securely links your identity to all future entry forms. Select Register New Planned Entry to log your upcoming trip. You will need to input your airline name, flight number, and planned arrival date based on Japan Standard Time. The next section asks for your address in Japan. This field requires strict accuracy. Entering a generic location like Tokyo Hotel will be immediately rejected by the system. You must paste the complete address from your booking confirmation. Start with the postal code. This allows the portal to autofill the correct prefecture and city, leaving you to manually type the specific street and hotel name. Immigration authorities rely on this exact location data to clear your entry. Providing precise geographic details ensures your application proceeds without manual review. Open the Immigration Clearance and Customs Declaration panel for your registered trip. In the immigration section, pay close attention to the duration of stay inputs. For standard tourist visits, input the exact length of your trip in the days field. You must leave the years and months fields completely blank to avoid a formatting error. You will then proceed to a series of yes or no questions covering your customs declaration. Read the restricted items list carefully. Japan strictly prohibits unauthorized agricultural goods and meat products, including seemingly harmless snacks like beef jerky. You must also declare if you are carrying cash exceeding 1 million Japanese yen or its equivalent in foreign currency. By answering these questions accurately online, you completely eliminate the need to fill out the physical paper forms distributed on the airplane. Submit your answers to finalize the declaration. Your trip status will officially update to registered. Tap the Show QR Code button to generate your final clearance document. You will see a single unified green QR code appear on your screen. Relying on the live web portal at the airport is risky. Terminal Wi-Fi networks frequently drop connections due to high passenger volume. Take a clear screenshot of the green QR code right now and save it directly to your phone's camera roll. This offline image acts as your fail-safe. It guarantees you have immediate access to your clearance document regardless of network stability. When you finally land at a major gateway like Narita, Haneda, or Kansai, bypass the tables where passengers are stopping to fill out paper forms. Head directly toward the new joint self-service kiosks. Open your saved screenshot and scan your QR code alongside your passport. The single kiosk processes both your immigration clearance and customs declaration simultaneously. A quick 10-minute digital setup at home guarantees your arrival in Japan is fast, efficient, and entirely stress-free. Over 880,000 Filipino travelers headed to Japan in 2025, setting records and pushing border systems to their absolute limits. If you've spent any time online recently, you've probably seen the panic. Claims that Japan has started handing out mass visa rejections or even banning Filipinos from entering. The reality is less dramatic. The Japanese government has not changed the core eligibility rules for Philippine passports. They have simply centralized the processing pipeline to manage the surging volume. In 2026, the deal is straightforward. Travelers receive a streamlined experience in exchange for total procedural rigidity. That means committing to your plans 90 days in advance, completing precise digital pre-clearances, and adhering to strict local reporting timelines. Following these steps guarantees a legal entry and an arrival process that takes minutes instead of hours. Navigating this system successfully depends entirely on identifying which path you belong on, the tourist pathway or the resident pathway. For tourists, the primary hurdle happens long before you pack. Visa processing has fully transitioned to the Japan Visa Application Center or JVAC. This shift officially ends the old system of direct flexible submissions through accredited travel agencies. You must now secure a personal appointment slot 2 to 3 months before your departure date. This is a hard deadline. Missing your JVAC appointment usually results in rebooking delays that can force you to cancel your travel plans entirely. Once you have your visa, you must integrate your data into the Visit Japan web portal. The system requires you to upload biometric passport scans and exact itinerary details, including your flight number and specific hotel address, into a single profile. For the 2026 tourist, the success of your trip is determined in this 90-day pre-departure phase, not at the airport gate. That rigid preparation pays off the moment you arrive at a major gateway like Narita or Haneda. These airports now use joint self-service kiosks that process biometrics, immigration, and customs all at once. By scanning the unified QR code from your portal, you can bypass the physical paper queues for both customs and immigration simultaneously. However, you cannot rely on airport Wi-Fi to load your portal during the inspection. You must take a clear screenshot of your green QR code before boarding your flight. Having that offline backup ensures your physical entry moves at the speed the digital system was designed for. The resident pipeline governs everyone else: expats, long-term students, and corporate workers. This path includes a specific pre-departure mandate that tourists skip, the JPETS requirement. JPETS is a mandatory tuberculosis medical screening that must be cleared before a long-term visa is issued. This adds a layer of medical logistics and upfront costs to the expat's timeline that must be handled months in advance. Once you land, moving from the airport into Japan's domestic infrastructure is only the first step. For a resident, clearing immigration is the legal trigger for a high-stakes countdown for local registration. Your first priority is visiting your local municipal ward office, the city hall where you live. Within 14 days of securing permanent housing, you must submit a move-in notice to complete your address registration. Failing to do so within this 14-day window can result in fines of up to 200,000 yen. This registration is critical because it generates your certificate of residence, the essential document needed to open a bank account or sign a phone contract. At the same city hall, you must also enroll in the National Health Insurance System. For anyone scheduled to stay in Japan for 3 months or more, registration is legally mandatory to avoid facing extremely high, out-of-pocket medical bills. Additionally, those between the ages of 20 and 60 must register for the national pension system. Those students and low-income individuals can apply for special payment exemptions or deferments. But the ultimate risk lies in the 90-day hard deadline. Failing to register your address within 90 days of arrival without a legitimate reason gives the government the legal authority to revoke your residence status entirely. To manage these duties safely, look at this entry matrix. For tourists, the critical window is front-loaded, requiring maximum effort 90 days before departure on JV, AC appointments, and digital pre-clearance. For residents, the high-impact phase is backloaded, requiring a focused 14-day administrative sprint immediately after landing to secure your legal right to remain.